Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is John Bush. I'm the Vice Chairman of the San Carlos Apache Tribe, home to approximately 15,000 tribal members here, San Carlos Apache tribal members. And we welcome you. Welcome you to Apache Go Casino. This place here employs 461 people, believe it or not. 461 of 75% are tribal members. And it's one of our biggest employers, if not the biggest employer on the reservation. And we welcome you. We have, if you study the history of San Carlos Apache people, you'll find that we have a rich history, rich background, rich culture, and it's our reservation. But once with my colleague over there, Ronnie Lupi, we were all one tribe at one time. We look back at our history, back about 1850 or so. Our reservation was all the way past Shoal, all the way past Superior, headed halfway towards Tucson, all of Gila Valley, all the way to Morenci, all the way to Superior was once our tribal homeland. But with the progress, our reservation is almost 2 million acres. The Black River separates us and the White Mountain Apache tribe. And like I said, a lot of the funding that we get from Apache Gold Casino here, sometimes it's misinterpreted. A lot of our funding goes into education, social programs. The police department is who gets our funding from Apache Gold that the tribe gets, And we have a huge impact. The casino has a huge impact on the reservation, as I said earlier. Yeah, we are concerned about, sometimes the rhetoric that's out there among candidates that affects the casino industry, especially the Indian gaming industry in Arizona. And all our tribes are concerned about it. We have, I think, 22 tribes in Arizona. Not all of them have casinos, but we're one of the first, believe it or not, to have a casino. I think Fort McDowell down in Maricopa County had the first casino. So we're kind of a pioneer in Arizona on the gaming industry, especially with the Indian tribes. So, every time somebody says something about changing the law and so forth, we're very concerned about that, because it's a real the income, like I said, we get from this casino really helps our tribe. And we have a high unemployment rate still here on the tribe, and Apache Gold Casino and the gaming industry that's generated by Apache Gold Casino. We're very concerned about that. So, but anyway, with that, San Carlos, it's kind of a rainy day here today, It's been raining the last few days, and that's a blessing, that's a good blessing in Apache way. But, it's a blessing to all of us, and we've been through this drought and through this big drought, and it's just a relief for us, and especially us down in San Carlos, Every time I go up to Ronnie's country, it's just so nice and green up there now, We're jealous of his rain that he gets every day up there. But we welcome you here to San Carlos. And our chairman, Terry Ramler, couldn't be here today. He's on a business trip to Oregon. And anyway, welcome to San Carlos. Welcome to San Carlos Apache. Thank you.
And we've we've heard about Chairman Lupe, and we invite him to come up and hear from White Mountain Chairman Ronnie Lupe.
Good afternoon. My name is Ronnie Dupe. I'm the chairman of the Waimana Apache tribe. My people have suffered, even under the United States government at times, the federal government, a number of ways. But yet we still stand up, defend the flag of the United States. Willingly, we have gone across the ocean, fought on the foreign shores of other countries, so that we can have freedom. Freedom is not free. We live in a country where people have the freedom. If they wish to run for Congress, for instance, yes, so they do. They bring their own thoughts, they bring their own ideas in hopes of helping their district or their people. But when someone like Jonathan Paton comes around, announces himself almost indiscreetly, unbeknownst to Indian tribes across the country, here in our area, that he would further bureaucrat the casinos that we finally have. The bureaucracy has been surrounding our casino in Navajo County. We call it Honda Casino. It's highly regulated industry. The conduit from the state of Arizona and the federal government. Observation, a number of things. Used to be 1 years ago. The conduits now, there must be about 50 of them watching me. What I do is I proceed. Every time I say hurrah, here comes another bureaucrat decision to hold me down. The revenue from our casino has helped not only my people on the reservation, scholarships, for instance, so badly needed. We set aside quite a bit of money for our children to go to school. We set aside money for industries on our reservation, so that we can have an opportunity to live and breathe. The land of freedom. And this man comes around and says, I'm going to put more restriction on it. That would just about tie my hands. We not only assist the state of Arizona by the tier that we have live under, I'll say, not the exact, probably, well, since we're in a rural area, about $1 million to the state maybe. Just wrong numbers. To the rural area up there in Pine Top, Lakeside, and Springville, all those areas. Annually, I guess we do a little bit over 200,000 just to help and assist these communities. So many has in our area, non-Indians, asked me for a job. Yes, they are working there. We cater to anyone who wishes to accommodate us in a manner that we seek help, in a manner that we want joint venture, in a manner that we need help. The White Mountain region is so important to not only White Mountain Apache tribe, but whoever moves in. They're so proud and happy that we do have a welcome sign. Honda Casino means come on in. You are very safe to visit Indian Reservation. So is my reservation. You can leave your weapon at the border and leave your drugs at the border and come on in. Bring your children. Camping. You're very safe on the reservation. So many across the world, per se, almost, have visited us. And not only commend us as owner of the White Mountain, as owner of the casino as White Mountain tribe, but the White Mountain region is so beautiful. A major elko, the second highest peak mountain, next to San Francisco Peak, next to us on our reservation. So many Indian tribes across the state of Arizona, the Mitchell tribes, have come and visit us, have their meetings, have their hair let down over there for 3 or 4 days, and then they go home. And during the hot summer, the heat, my friends down in Tucson, casinos, my friends in Phoenix with the casinos, say, Ronnie, when you send up some snow, it's too hot over here. Says, just come on over, stay over. We do have communication. And yet someone always tries to disrupt that. I can do better. With my regulation would be better. Sounds kind of stupid to me. If you want to be a congressman in my district, please be considerate. We have helped the northern end of the state of Arizona, all of the people who live there, who wish to live there, or to just come visit, enjoy the casino as it is. It's over-regulated right now. I would support a Congress who would stand for us. But I see that Patton is thinking a little bit that I'll be a different man when I get to the halls of Congress. He won't listen to me. That's what I envision. What you say don't matter. If I say no to it, it don't matter. If I ask, what are you talking about? It don't matter. He'll go as he pleases. That was almost completely damaged what we have done, what we have built. Long hoped for an opportunity, the winter now open. It wasn't easy. The governor shut me down at one time, almost handcuffed all of us and sent us to jail. An arbitrator was elected between myself and 2 other tribes, the governor. Whether our casino would be closed or open. I said, okay. I will select one mediator, the governor told me, and you select one. Let this committee here choose either one, and we'll use that person to give us the yes or no answer to this question that we have, whether we have a casino or not, and in what style. Governor, I said, I'll not select somebody. We'll just go ahead and use yours. You represent this person. Let him be the arbitrator. A few days later, he came back to me and said, Chairman Ronald Lippy, you can have a full-blown casino, Las Vegas style. I come near, but it's just regulated so bad. But it keeps us alive, and we enjoy it. And I'm sure so do you. We're not here to be criticizing one individual or be critical or so. I hope the man changes his mind. He must have other things that are so important in the state of Arizona to help and assist. downtrodden. There are so many. We are doing our contribution to the state of Arizona and the people surrounding. And so does Apache Gold. My brothers and sisters who live here. And the townspeople, we're practically almost all related. But we have to fight for what we have. Join us. Help us. Let us keep what we have. Don't change it as is. Thank you very much.
Shirley Dawson now from the Gila County Board of Supervisors.
I'm honored to be here with Dr. Bush representing San Carlos and in the presence of Ronnie Luby, who is a White Mountain legend. We so appreciate what you're doing for your people and how carefully we have to measure the actions of those who don't understand what goes on the reservations. And to think that a simple little survey shows what a congressman thinks he wants to support. Has he come to San Carlos and talked about how important this casino is to employment, to funds that can be raised here? We often use this for nonprofit organizations, for opportunities. There, to talk about adding another layer of regulation or more regulation is absolutely wrong. And it will be interesting in the coming weeks to listen to how the signature that you see on this backpedals and makes excuses for the steps that he's taken. My husband and I have dedicated much of our lives to working with the San Carlos Apaches. Our home has often been an open place for the young people of San Carlos. And we believe in teaching people to be self-reliant and lifting them up. Ronnie and Dr. Bush, the reason it's raining is because we planted gardens and we've needed blessings on those gardens, and these people are proud of what they're able to do in helping themselves. And it is not appropriate for a candidate to decide how he's going to change things without sitting down and recognizing and working together with you. I'm appalled that Mr. Paton has taken this step. Quietly, he thought, but it's public, and I, like Chairman Luby, hope that he will change his mind and support the efforts of the people of San Carlos and all of the tribes of Arizona in self-regulation, in being able to operate centers that will help the people employ themselves and certainly they employ others and give us opportunities. And Ronnie, you're so right, and Johnny, in the contributions that this casino gives to other organizations throughout Arizona, we appreciate what has gone on, and we do not need someone representing in Washington, D.C. a platform that hurts what has taken so long to get established. Thank you.
And finally, the Executive Director of the Arizona Democratic Party, Luis Heredia.
Thank you, Frank. And just really briefly, and as we move for questions or what we want to have is a conversation about what this really means. I do want to thank the Vice Chairman Bush for allowing us the use of this facility and joining us today. There is no position being taken by the San Carlos tribe at this point on this matter, but it is an opportunity for us to have the conversation. It is important that we highlight a position that Jonathan Paton has taken in answering this survey. He answered this survey at the request of a special interest group called the Center for Arizona Policy. They are an extreme group that has placed a position at the state legislature, and they continue to advance really policies that are sometimes not in the best interest of our Arizona. And we have to be very clear that he is pandering to this group of the Center for Arizona Policy because he wants their support. And unfortunately, their support comes at the cost of communities like that are present in Congressional District 1. So we have to be very clear of what he means when he signs a statement like this, that he would advance restrictions on further regulation to what we call, and as a member of the Democratic Party and as their executive director, we recognize the value and the partnership that we get to build and seek candidates that understand tribal sovereignty, but not only understanding it, but putting it into practice. Understanding that there is a government-to-government relationship, so our candidates need to clearly understand what that means at every step of their governing, and understanding what Supervisor Dawson mentioned about consultation and beginning to build the relationship. So it is extremely important that we recognize that as Jonathan Paton answers this question at the request of this very small group, he turns his back on a lot of people, and especially in a district that he wants to represent. I mean, mind you that Jonathan Paton currently right now lives in Tucson, or is a carpetbagger to this district, that he really is new to this congressional district, and now he's also new to the many issues that impact this district. So I once again want to thank Vice Chairman Bush and Chairman Lupe for joining us today, and Supervisor Dawson for joining us in just initiating this conversation. So the voters of Congressional District 1 know from the very start that Jonathan Paton is really just turning his back away on issues that really matter to the citizens of this district. Again, we hold the partnership with the candidates that are moving forward throughout the election process, that they represent this district well. So if there's any questions, Frank or myself or any of the speakers would be willing to answer.
Any questions at all?
We appreciate the time again. Learn more about Jonathan Paton as he begins to really turn his back on positions that we believe are important to this congressional district.
I can only add one thing, and that would be that it's a question of respect. As Louis says, it's government to government, and to do something like this without consulting shows a great deal of disrespect to the people it's going to truly affect. And we think that Jonathan Paton should be held responsible for that. So with that, yes, ma'am.
Yes, as a community member, based on what you stated earlier, that our tribal government hasn't taken a stand in this particular issue, will there be literature available to the community to educate the voters regarding this individual stand against the Indian casinos?
I think as the election begins to unfold, I think you'll receive information, so every voter of the district is informed, and then the individual groups and tribal governments are able to make a decision with the information that is presented. So yes, we'll continue to highlight and forward information about what this means, and hopefully that could shape the opinion of the voters. Yes.
I would like to also comment that as a community tribal member, I am very pleased to hear non-native people indicate that the sovereignty regarding government-to-government relationship is the priority of where we stand in this issue. And I'm very thankful that that statement was made.
Appreciate it. You know, as a native Arizonan and as many people that make this state our home, we need to understand what it really means, and not just saying tribal sovereignty, but actually putting it in practice. And that is the test of every elected leader. So, thank you.
And that in itself is an education to our tribal members also, that this is a great strength, and that it be implemented to exercise in the voting process also. So,
Thank you.
thank you.
Luis, have you estimated the additional burden on the casinos and the tribal members for what he's proposing?
You know, it is unclear of what exactly the Center for Arizona Policy is advancing with this position, so I can't answer to the detail. But what it does mean is that they want to reopen this debate at the national level, and that could mean a whole bunch of things. That it will be negative, I believe, to what's currently established. And so I think the center has a very extreme and radical positions on many issues, but they are very persistent. And the reason they have a lot of elected or candidates answering them is that they're very powerful in certain groups. We just have to work harder, so they become a minority in that voice, and they don't get what they want. I think, and that's the reason why this press conference was held, is to establish at the very beginning, because we don't know what they want to do, and we want to expose it at the very early process. Thank you again. So I appreciate it.
Thank you.